Good morning, students. The last class we have discussed about the various method of birth control. In that, oral contraceptive is very common. In oral administration of small doses of either progesterone or progesterone-estrogen combination is another contraceptive method used by the females. They are used in the form of tablets and hence are properly called the pills. Pills have to be taken daily for a period of 21 days, starting preferably within the first 5 days of the menstrual cycles. After a gap of 7 days, it has to be repeated in the same pattern till the female desire to prevent conception. Progesterone alone or in combination with estrogen can also be used by females as injection or implants under the skin as shown in the figure. Their mode of action is similar to that of pills and their effective periods are much longer. Administration of progesterone or progesterone-estrogen combination or IUDs within 72 hours of coitus have been found to be very effective as emergency contraceptive as they could be used to avoid possible pregnancy due to the rape or the casual unprotected intercourse. See the emergency contraceptives. These methods are used within 72 hours of the coitus. Administration of progesterone or progesterone-estrogen combination. Example, eye pill. Now see the surgical method. Surgical method, also called sterilization, are generally advised for the male or female partner as terminal method to prevent any more pregnancies. Surgical intervention blocks gamete transport and thereby prevent conception. Sterilization procedure in the male is called vasectomy and in the female trabeculotomy. In vasectomy, a small part of the vas deferens is removed or tied up through a small incision on the scrotum as shown in the figure, where in trabeculotomy a small part of fallopian tube is removed as shown in the figure or tied up through a small incision in the abdomen or through vagina. These techniques are highly effective but their reversibility is very poor. Next, that is medical termination of pregnancy, MTP. Intentional or voluntary termination of pregnancy before full term is called medical termination of pregnancy, MTP, or induced abortion. Nearly 45 to 50 million MTPs are performed in a year all over the world, which accounts to 1/5 of the total number of conceived pregnancy in a year. Whether to accept or legalize MTP or not is being debated upon in many countries due to emotional, ethical, religious and social issues involved in it. Government of India legalized MTP in 1971 with some strict condition to avoid misuse. Such restrictions are all the more important to check indiscriminate and illegal female feticide, which are reported to be high in India. MTP are considered relatively safe during the first trimester, that is upon 12 weeks of pregnancy. Second trimester abortion are much more riskier. One disturbing trend observed is that a majority of the MTPs are performed illegally by unqualified quacks, which are not only nuts but could be fatal too. Another dangerous trend is the misuse of amniocentesis to determine the sex of the unborn child. Frequently, if the fetus is found to be female, it is followed by MTP. This is totally against what is legal. Sexually transmitted infections or sexually transmitted diseases. Infections or the diseases which are transmitted through sexual intercourse are collectively called sexually transmitted infections, STI, or venereal diseases, VD, or reproductive tract infection, RTI. Gonorrhea, syphilis, genital herpes, chlamydiasis, genital warts, trichomoniasis, hepatitis B, and of course the most discussed infection in the recent year, HIV, leading to AIDS are some of the common STI. Among these, HIV infection is most dangerous and is discussed in detail in the next chapter. These infections like hepatitis B and HIV can also be transmitted by sharing of injection needles, surgical instruments, etc., which infect person, transmission of blood or from infected mother to the fetus too. Except of hepatitis B, genital herpes and HIV infections, other diseases are completely curable if detected early and treated properly. Early symptoms of most of these are minor and include itching, fluid discharge, slight pain, swelling, etc. In the genital region, infected females may often be asymptomatic and hence may remain undetected for long. Absence or less significant symptoms in the early stage of infection and social stigma attached to the STIs. This could lead to complications later, which include pelvic inflammatory disease, abortion, stillbirths, ectopic pregnancies, infertility, or even cancer of the reproductive tract. STIs are a major threat to a healthy society. Therefore, prevention or early detection and cure of these diseases are given prime consideration under the reproductive health care programs. Though all persons are vulnerable to this infection, their incidences are reported to be very high among persons in the age group of 15 to 24 years. The age group of which you also belongs, there is no reason to panic because prevention is possible. One could be free of this infection by following the simple principle given below. Avoid sex with unknown partners, multiple partners. Always try to use condoms during practice. In case of doubt, one should go to a qualified doctor for early detection and get complete treatment if diagnosed with infections. Infertility. A discussion on reproductive health is incomplete without a mention of infertility. A large number of couples all over the world, including India, are infertile. They are unable to produce children in spite of unprotected sexual or cohabitation. The reason for this could be many physical congenital diseases, drugs, immunological, or even psychological. In India, often the females is blamed for the couple being childless, but more often than not, the problem lies in male partner. A specialized corrective treatment of some of these disorders and enables these couples to have children. However, such corrections are not possible. The couples could be assisted to have children through certain special techniques, commonly known as assisted reproductive technologies, ART. Methods of infertility control. In vitro fertilization, IVF, fertilization outside the body, in almost similar condition as that in the body, followed by embryo transfer, is one of such methods. In this method, popularly known as test tube baby program, ova from the donor, that females, and sperm from the husband, donor male, are collected and are induced to form zygote under simulated condition in the laboratory. The zygote or early embryo with up to 8 blastomeres could then be transferred into the fallopian tube. GIFT, zygote intra-fallopian transfer, or an embryo with more than 8 blastomeres into the uterus, IUT, intrauterine transfer. To complete its further development, embryos formed by in vivo fertilization, fusion of gametes within the females also could be used for such transfer to assist those females who cannot conceive. See the process of in vitro fertilization. This is very significant boon to the infertile mother. Men with oligospermia, low sperm count, embryos can be frozen and used for future. Transfer of an ovum collected from a donor into the fallopian tube. Gift. Gamete intra-fallopian transfer of another female who cannot produce one but can provide suitable environment for fertilization and further development is another method attempted. Intracytoplasmic sperm injection ICSI is another specialized procedure to form an embryo in the laboratory in which sperm is directly injected into the ovum. Infertility cases either due to inability of the male partner to inseminate the female or due to very low sperm count in the ejaculates could be corrected by artificial insemination. Intracytoplasmic sperm injection as shown in the figure, various steps. With the help of micropipette, sperm is directly injected in the ovum. In artificial insemination, the semen collected either from the husband or a healthy donor is artificially introduced either into the vagina or into the uterus. That is IUI, intrauterine insemination of the female. All these techniques require extremely high precision handling by the specialized professional and expensive instruments. Therefore, these facilities are presently available only in very few centers in the country. Obviously, their benefits is affordable to only a limited number of people. Emotional, religious and social factors are also deterrents in the adoption of these methods, since the ultimate aim of all these procedures is to have children. In India, we have so many orphaned and destitute children who would probably not survive till maturity unless taken care of. Our laws permits legal adoption, and it is as yet one of the best methods for couples looking for parenthood. That's all for today.